So they march in the streets because they don't want to hear the facts. No, we want to demonstrate because we're going to use this as an excuse to demonstrate against how the poor blacks are all the victims, and you nasty old whites, we're going to demonstrate against you. So they go out there in the streets.
And also, there is
after the first night, they discovered that there were people coming in using those demonstrations as excuses to loot the buildings. They were most of them were from out of the area.
That's right.
Came in and used that as an excuse. But did the demonstrators have the sense to realize what was happening? They knew what was happening. Did they have the sense to realize that they should maybe pull back on their demonstrations because they're being used for looting and robbing and all sorts of lawlessness and destruction of property? We're going to get out in the streets and do it even more. And so they did it more and more and more. They were supporting the looting by going out there and continuing endlessly night after night after night.
And guess where these buzzes came from? A lot of these buzzes came from Detroit, believe it or not. I got this from Reuters as well as Newsmax. They said they came in busloads from all the way from Detroit, as far as Detroit. So they actually were demonstrating. Why? Because it was too hot. It was over 9 degrees, not at nighttime, Then you got 110 outside during the daytime, so heat of day. So what they do? They went to Ferguson. Because why? It was colder, so they actually were out there just being part of the chaos. My question was, how come not all the animals are in a zoo? My question is, where's Ranger Smith at? If that's the case, that's my question.
Yeah, it's very interesting because when you look at what's happening there in Ferguson, it's what's been happening in a number of areas. If they're so concerned with black deaths, blacks being shot, then why aren't they demonstrating in mass all over the south side of Chicago, where more people are killed every night, black on black murder, every night in the south side of Chicago, then the totals that we have on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis, more loss of life than in our war in Iraq and Afghanistan or any of our current conflicts. More lives are being lost in the south side of Chicago, and they're all blacks.
Right.
Also, why aren't they there demonstrating to stop that?
Also, South Central Los Angeles, too.
Use something we have a demonstration for here, right? Because we want to blame the whites for something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And police brutality. And another thing is, too, how come they're not doing that in South Central Los Angeles either? They're not protesting either down there. Why is that? Good question.
Yeah, very good questions. A lot of good questions, and I wonder if there are people that are going to be willing to answer those questions. You know what's interesting? I hear from a lot of blacks that tell me that they don't like what's happening there either.
Right.
They're definitely against it. In fact, they're more adamantly opposed to that, more vociferous about it than even you and I. They say that's bad because it gives all blacks a bad name, because blacks in general don't support that kind of thing. Well, that may be true, but these blacks are, and then their liberal white overseers are there to see to it that they're going to be kept on the plantations, the Democratic plantation, as victims, so they can be guaranteed the vote. So that means they got to get out there and demonstrate, even if the issue is not valid. They still have to do it, and they certainly aren't going to go down the south side of Chicago, because that's blacks killing blacks, and we don't care about that because we don't really care about blacks killing blacks, do we? That's what the liberals say. They don't care about that, and they care about when it matters to them ideologically, when it matters to them according to their viewpoint, according to their liberal, progressive viewpoint. Then they're out there. That is the most damning thing that I can say about the liberal progressives of today. They are the most dishonest people I have ever encountered.
Right, and I just got attacked by Huffington Post just now. I called it Huffington Compost. Just got attacked by them by just having this statement out there you just said there, because they said that this is a decline on this country, and because of this is becoming a socialist nation. And this is what I'm telling right now to Huffington and Compost, is that this is becoming a socialist nation. If you don't like what's going on, then you can go over to Europe or go to Iraq and go in the front lines and see how you like it over there. That's what I say to them. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. They want to come here and convert us to become that which they escaped from, because they haven't got a functional brain.
Right.
But we can turn this around. We can actually do that. We don't have to allow this to continue to happen. And America, you've got to do it. You've got to rise up to this issue. Don't fade into the night. Rise to the occasion and be a part of getting our country back.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that.